Don't call him Richie. Dick Allen changed his name and upped his game at the same time, nearly throwing a 300 in his last appearance here at the Dick Weber PBA playoff. Today, Allen squares off with veteran Jack Jurek in the Central Conference Championship. Can the new and improved Allen continue to dazzle? Welcome back to one of the great stops in America's bowling belt, Woodland Bowl in Indianapolis, Indiana. Rob Stone, Randy Peterson here with you. Our continuing coverage of the Dick Weber PBA playoffs. And up now, the Central Regional champion, Dick Allen, taking on your Midwest champion, Jack Jurek. This week's Just for Men hair color live forward moment. This just moments ago, Jack Jurek and his coach and their conversation.
Should I try and be a little straighter? Should I try and be a little straighter?
Yeah, or just trying, like Richie's got the deal where he lofts it up over the top. Just trying to get out of lane.
Well, I got to be honest, I don't think that's very good advice. Jack Jurek is not a player that likes to loft the bowling ball. He gets it down real early. I think the advice is, yeah, move right, and if you want to go straighter, increase the speed so the ball will stay on line. But to tell him to start lofting is basically telling him to bowl like somebody else.
So we'll see if Jurek follows the advice. Here's the intro for our match.
A two-time champion on the Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour with 9 PBA regional victories. THB, Dick Allen.
THB standing for typical house bowler, something he has tattooed on him. And there is the formerly known Richie Allen, now goes by the more fatherly name of Dick Allen. Again, Dick and his wife Sarah, proud to announce the birth of their first child on March 3rd, Piper Bailey Allen. Again, those initials, coincident, PBA.
Are you sure it's a coincidence?
It is a coincidence, and that is not how Mr. Allen wanted to start.
And I was down lane watching the players warm up, and Richie Allen looked really solid throughout the entire practice session, throwing strike after strike, especially on the left lane. This one, not so much.
It's probably been the most solid bowler from start to where we are right now at the Dick Weber PBA playoffs. Gets the count, but an open frame in the first.
He owns 2 career Lumber Liquidators PBA Tour titles and 12 PBA regional victories. The Ripper, Jack Jurek.
Jack second at this season's USBC Masters, where he was the #1 seed, fell to Tom Hess in the title match. 2 top 20 finishes this season, and they came in the last 3 tournaments of the season leading up to this one.
Well, there was no loft in that shot. Unfortunately, the speed's not fast enough to play that line. This one cuts right through the nose, and he only gets 4 hitting the head pin. Wants to get the ball over here into this area, like he's shooting a 3-6, 9-10, and throw the 3 over into the 4-7.
Close to what you diagrammed.
And both players start with an open frame. Jack's got to get that ball to push down the lane a little bit longer, and you heard him just say that was a little grabby. Anytime you grab it at the bottom, it's going to hook early, and no chance of holding line as you take a look at his arsenal going with the Anarchy.
And Jurek had the choice of where this match would be played out, and he chose to finish on the left lane, which is what he's on right now here in the second.
And one of the definitions in the dictionary of anarchy is chaos, and right now that's pretty much the best way to describe his ball reaction.
Good cleanup by Jurek, so he goes open frame spare, and suddenly the opening open frame by Dick Allen doesn't look so bad.
Hear him blowing in that thumb hole. Puts a little moisture in there. Gives him a nice, secure feeling in that thumb.
Gets all 10 to drop.
Actually went with a little less loft there to get that ball to react down the lane. Remember, we talk about it all the time when we watch Mika. The longer the ball's in the air, the less time it has to hook. Richie's got a higher rev rate and a little more speed. That's why he's able to play that direct line.
You're talking about the thumb. He was telling us a major grip change recently with tape, and the thumb wanted to be faster coming out of the thumb and locking out that elbow. Made some adjustments, and it has really paid off thus far for the new dad. Back-to-back jacks for Dick Allen.
And Rob, you mentioned it, that new change in the thumb. He's trying to clean up that release. We're used to watching the ball get pretty much airborne for the first third of the lane when Richie Allen is bowling under the bright lights. Much cleaner at the bottom of the swing for him.
Jurek steps up to close out the third. His last title came in early September of '09.
Good shot, Jack.
Oh, drop and give me 10 there in the third for his first strike.
It was interesting when we talked with him a few weeks ago. Jack's always been known as a player that likes to go straight. And he said, you know, I'm having some struggles with my straight game. I like to get a little softer and move in and hook it a little bit. But when I watched him do that in practice, he never was able to get the ball to recover down lane. Put a good touch on that, Rob.
Yeah, dialed in there with strikes now in the third and the fourth to match the double thrown by Allen. Take a look at Dick Allen's arsenal.
That Mission 250K has been getting a lot of action. Man. Really nice shot here. Watch the 6-pin just sling right around the 10. With a spare here, we're all even.
That's one of those shots you cannot be disappointed with.
Yes and no.
Mentally, I'm saying you can't get yourself down about that.
Again, yes and no. I mean, here's the thing, Rob. Go on. At a U.S. Open, absolutely not. Okay. Because it's hard enough just to hit the pocket. On an oil pattern where you've got a little bit of room left and right, you got a pretty good idea of how to get your ball to the pocket. All you have to do is somewhat execute, and you're working on a double. And I leave a ring in 10, I could have taken the lead. No, I'm not real happy with it.
All right, I see what kind of guy you are. Glass half empty. So here is Allen as we begin the fifth. I love these conversations between you and me, my friend.
We should do it more often.
Perhaps we should. Now Allen bounces back with a big strike there on the left lane in the fifth.
Pretty good pitch, too.
And Jack Jurek stepping up, working on a double. And Jack, after a rocky start, what adjustment did you make to throw that double?
Actually, I was a little anxious in the beginning. My hand was down a little bit, so I put a little piece of tape in. Tried to firm up my grip a little bit so I didn't have to put the death grip on it.
Thanks, Jack.
You got it. Oh, God.
Woo! Now, that 10-pin I'm really happy with if I'm Jack Jurek.
I was waiting for you to go there. Did not like it at the release. look away, comes back at it, almost got a Brooklyn strike.
Yeah, dead left out of his hand. Make the 10-pin, trail by 1, regroup, back on the left lane and throw a strike.
And gets that one to drop. That one looked like it was heading for the gutter at first, and I know Jack Jurek, he knows this stuff. Zoned in.
Jack doesn't miss spares.
You would have said that about Mika Koivuniemi as well, my friend.
I think I did.
Yeah. So Jurek, open frame, spare, strike, strike, spare. As we begin the 6th of a 1-pin match. Strike number 3 for the Ripper.
You just love that nickname, don't you?
Hard not to like it.
It really is.
And hard not to like that guy. Jack Jurek, the native of Lackawanna, New York, back on the strike train as he drops all 10 there in the 6th. The conclusion of Jurek Allen when we return to Indy. Welcome back to the conclusion of match number 2 today at the Dick Weber PBA playoffs. The scene and sounds just moments ago between Dick Allen and his coach, Del Ballard Jr.
You know, just that thing when, you know, you go on, you start pushing too quick. You get that push and then that step in and then go and stay back and stay upright so it falls through that window a long ways. So that 10-pin was a pretty good shot. So, gosh dang.
That's all you can do.
So, yeah, that's all. Yep.
Great advice. What Richie Allen is referring to is if he tips early, the ball gets into the swing quick. When it gets into the swing quick, it's going to arrive at the release point too early, which will make him pull it. Make sure he keeps his shoulders back and don't drop it into the swing too soon.
Big backswing, second double of the afternoon.
And isn't it amazing when you start focusing on the right thing, how you get your body to perform? Well, watch this. Drops the ball into the swing, keeps those shoulders nice and quiet, doesn't get too far over it, and because of that, he gets to the foul line ahead of the bowling ball.
This really is a different Richie Allen. You know, you can move beyond the name change to Dick Allen, a more fatherly name, but ever since his little daughter Piper Bailey came in the world, you see the very charismatic, outgoing Allen kind of closing shop just a little bit and getting that mature focus.
Oh, no.
With the youthful energy. And that one right of target.
Richard.
And that looked like it was dropped in quick. And that could be just pure adrenaline. He gets that double, pures it, gets that double, gets the lead, and then all of a sudden you hear him shoulder. Just a little quick.
Oh, no. Richard.
Talk about adrenaline. What advice do you give people out there to corral that adrenaline? Great pickup by Allen.
A little bit of luck there, baby. A little bit of luck.
Never hurts.
A little bit of luck never hurt. I'm just twice
Adrenaline
that
back in the Allen camp.
Come on, Dick.
And that's the way you make the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10.
Your Bear pain relief replay. Great pickup for Allen.
And Rob, getting back to your question, you can't get ahead of yourself. You can't look ahead. You can't think ahead. You have to stay in the moment.
And Jurek with his second double.
Now, let's see what he does on this next shot. He's been sitting for a bit, sitting during the commercial, gets up, throws a beautiful shot there to double up and take the lead. Now, it's all about this next shot.
And he moves to the left lane, which is where he will close out this match as well.
He chose to finish on the left lane. His decision. Now it's time to make good on it.
Last 2 shots on the left lane have been strikes for Jurek. 3 in a row on that left lane.
Yeah, he manned up. He manned up right there. That said, you know what? Here's my opening. I'm going to take it. I'm working on a strike. I'm going to get up and throw 2 big strikes right here for a 3-bagger and get me a 14-pin lead. Bang! almost another pocket 710 on that right lane. Time's running out for Richie Allen. We'll give him a spare here. He can strike out for 222.
And remember, Allen will be closing out on that right lane.
This is a good shot. He keeps his shoulders back there. A little issue with the landing, but that's a good shot.
Drops the 10. As we move on to the 9th, when this match is over, a great showdown of #1 seeds awaits. Jason Belmonte, your Southwest regional champ, taking on Chris Barnes, who won the West Northwest region. That one coming up at the conclusion of Alan Jurek.
I like what Richie Allen's doing right here. He's taking his time. This is the biggest shot of this tournament for Dick Allen. This will set up the 10th frame for him and give him a chance to win this match. Disappointed, but there's still a chance. Jack Jurek is in the 2 teens. Richie Allen can strike out for 222. It's all going to come down to what Jack Jurek does right here on the 9th frame on the tough right lane and how he finishes.
Be afraid of that lane.
See what happens when it gets into your head? Hard to pull the trigger when there's that little
Tape, please.
indecisiveness when your mind is saying, don't miss too far to the left, don't miss too far to the right, or else. Start to get a little tentative. Now, he is facing a tough 3-6-10 spare. He needs to convert here and then throw a double in 9 to lock this up.
Takes care of the 3-6-10. Nice veteran conversion by Jurek. Allen looks on in the background. Jurek up a dozen as we go to the 10th.
Look out on his good lane.
25 years of doing that crap. You're kidding me, Jack?
3, 4, 6, 7. To have any chance, in my opinion, he has to make this.
Could have ever finished anything off.
Has the 4, not the 6 or the 7.
Richie Allen needs a mark and good count. The best kind of mark, a strike.
Come on, finish it, Richie.
There's your strike. Now that is it. That is all she wrote.
Win this one for the baby.
Do my best, bud. Do my best.
So the smile appears as Dick Allen moves on to join Randy Weiss in next week's championship round. 2 underdog Cinderella stories, yeah. Throw it hard, throw it strong, it all tend to drop and move on.
I'll tell you, the turning point was in the 7th frame when he left a 5-count washout and was able to convert that. And then obviously the errant shot in open frame in the 10th by Jack Jurek.
closes out the 10
Thanks, Lon. Appreciate it. Thank you.
with a triple. And the classy Jack Jurek steps aside for Dick Allen, who gets pen, goes to paper, and signs up for the championship round next Sunday back here in Indy. We know Allen will be there. We know Randy Weiss will be there. Who will join them? It'll be a number 1 seed. Jason Belmonte, Chris Barnes, the winner to move on to Indy.